Welcome back, guys, to previously asked Kuruta questions, and today we'll be solving bride hunting. This question came in 2017 or 18, I don't remember exactly. But when I first read this question, I thought that this is going to be a very difficult graph question, where I have to use breadth first search or depth first search or, find a minimum spanning tree. But worry not, we have come up with a simple, very simple solution actually. And I can assure you that once we are done with this question, and if you watch this video completely, part by part, then you'll never ever have a trouble in solving a graph question or a 2D matrix question, and you'll learn how to approach these questions, because most of us get confused on how to approach these sort of questions where you know uh, a graph type structure is given to us and we have to solve it. So worry not, once we are done with this, you'll learn you'll learn how to approach it, you'll learn how to implement it. So do watch this video completely. All right, now let's move on to the problem description. Sam is an eligible bachelor. He decides to settle down in life and start a family. He goes bride hunting. He wants to marry a girl who has at least one of the eight qualities. Okay, so this part is useless. Let's delete it. Okay, okay. He is in a search of a bride who has some or all of the eight qualities mentioned above. No need to think about it. On bride hunting, he may find more than one contender to be his wife. Okay, that is possible. Okay, now the actual part is coming up, so just brace up. In that case, he wants to choose a girl whose house is closest to his house. Find a bride for Sam who has maximum qualities. Okay, so Sam is looking to a list of girls, and these girls has qualities, have qualities, and at max they can have eight qualities. Okay, so he will definitely choose a girl who has maximum number of qualities, and it can also be possible that two or three girls, like bride 1 and bride 2, they have equal number of qualities. Both bride 1 have four qualities and bride 2 has four qualities. But after that, how will he choose? Because he can only choose one wife, right? So after that, how will he choose? He'll check the distance. The distance, whichever girl's house is closest to his house, he'll choose that. So suppose the distance from Sam house to that girl house is 12, and the other girl is 14. So he'll choose bride 1 because this girl's distance is close. Okay. If in case there are more than one contender who are equal distance from Sam's house, then print polygamy not allowed. Okay. So if both of these girls were at a distance of 12, okay, then I'm just, taking any random values. Don't, just think a lot about it. Okay. So if both of these girls have same number of qualities and both of their houses are at a same distance from Sam's house. Okay. So at that time, we'll just print polygamy not allowed, which means basically we won't choose any one of these. Okay. And in case there is no suitable girl, which means there is not even a single girl present who has, any number of qualities. If there's not even a single girl present who basically has any quality, so we'll just say that, okay, no suitable girl found. Let's move on. Okay, so given a matrix n into m, Sam houses at 1 1. Great. Keep this in notice that their indexing starts from 1 because many of you might get incorrect answer. Okay, it is denoted by 1. Great. In the same matrix, the location of a marriageable girl is also denoted by 1. Hence, 1 at a location 1 1 should not be considered as the location of a marriageable girl. Okay, so basically his house should be excluded. That's what they mean to say. Okay. The qualities of that girl, as per Sam's criteria, have to be decoded from the number of non-zero neighbors she has, similar to the condition above, one at the location. Okay. Should not be considered as the quality of a girl. See example selection. Okay, okay, okay. I'll just show you what it means. So suppose, just imagine that these are basically two lanes. Just imagine it like this. These are basically two lanes with, let's say, these quarters. Okay. So this first quarter, always let's just say the origin. Assume that this is the origin. Okay, so this origin will always be 1, and it means that this is Sam's house. Okay, so this house will be in 1. Okay, never ever don't get confused that this is a bride house. Okay, now only only those brides can be considered. Basically, suppose that there is this bride 1, right? So uh, firstly we'll only consider those grids whose value is 1, right? They have already said this at some point. I don't know where. Right. It is denoted by 1. Okay. So this any place where 1 is written, it means that that particular girl is marriageable. Okay. We won't even look at the zeros. We only look at ones. Now, these marriageable girls, how many qualities they have, we need to calculate it. Okay, so we'll calculate it from their neighbors, how many neighbors they have, how many non-zero neighbors they have. So, okay, so this girl, like right here, I'll just say that this is X. Okay, so this X girls, how many qualities she has? She has two qualities. She has two neighbors, basically this neighbor and this neighbor, who are non-zero. Okay, and at most how many neighbors you can have? At most you can have eight neighbors, right? This is why they can have at max what, eight qualities, right? Actually, just look at another example that they have given us. This example, right? Let's for better understanding, let's look at this example. So basically right now we have nine marriageable girls. One denotes that these girls are marriageable. Now we'll write qualities of each girl one by one. So what is the uh, number of qualities that this girl has? She has three qualities. This one, and this one, right? So this girl has three qualities. What about this girl? She has how many? One, two, three, four, five. Five qualities, right? How five qualities? This one, and these three, because all of these are its neighbor. Okay. Now what about this girl, the girl in the center? She has eight qualities because all of her eight neighbors are marriageable. And you know how to calculate qualities? You just count all the neighbors who are non-zero. So all of her eight, at max you can have yet every at max you can have eight neighbors, and all of her neighbors are surprisingly marriageable, which means they are non-zero. So basically this girl's quality is eight, right? So definitely this is the maximum, this is the maximum number of quality that a girl can possess. And will, even if we look all of in this all of this graph, we won't find another girl that has eight qualities. So she will be our answer. Exactly, right, this. So our output is presented like this. This is the x coordinate, this is the y coordinate, and this is the number of qualities she possesses. Okay, so 4 means at the fourth row, and this 4 means at the fourth column. Okay, 0 1 2 3 4, 0 1 2 3 4. So this is our girl and she has eight qualities, so that is our answer. Okay, so don't forget how many conditions we have. Firstly, if the, okay, we'll look at this, just give me a second. Okay, don't forget how many conditions we have. Okay, firstly, if no girl possesses any quality, if there is no girl that has any number of qualities, then we'll just say that what was this supposed to say, no suitable girl found. Okay, and we'll choose that particular girl who has maximum number of qualities. But if two girls have same number of qualities, then we'll choose that girl who is more closer to our house, okay, whose distance is lesser. But if two girls who have maximum number of qualities and those two girls are at equal distance, then we'll just print polygamy not allowed. Okay, great. So these are our condition defined. Okay, now what? I'll tell you one more thing. Suppose one girl was here, okay, then how much quality she possesses? She only possesses one quality. Why? Because this is Sam's house. This was Sam's house, and this won't be either a marriageable girl, or it will nor it will be a quality of a girl. Okay, so this will be excluded. So when I'll be solving my question, I'll just mark this house as zero, because otherwise it will be very confusing for me. So I'll just mark it as zero, and I know what are the coordinates of this, right? It will be zero and zero. My indexing will start from zero, right? So the coordinate of this point, that is Sam's house, it will always be 0 by 0. It is given to us. Okay, so there's no need to worry, and I'll change it for confusion removal. Now, how am I going to solve this question? Okay, this question will seem a little bit tricky because there are so many conditions, there are so many options, there are so many variations. But don't need to worry, we'll just solve it simply. I'll actually solve this in a few steps. I'll just write all of my steps. Okay, so step one, consider this as an algorithm, but very generic. Okay, sorry, take input. Okay, so this will be my step one. I'll just remove this step one. So firstly, I'll take my input. Okay, what will I do after that? After that, I'll calculate qualities. I'll calculate qualities of my all of my girls. Okay, this will actually make my question a lot less confusing, and our answer will become, we will actually become more productive. Okay, so we'll firstly calculate qualities, and after that, once we are done calculating qualities, after that I'll find the maximum qualities that a bride possesses. Okay, I'll just find the maximum number of qualities that a bride possesses. Okay, after that, what do I do? After that, I'll find, you know, I'll find minimum distance. I'll find minimum distance, and after that, I'll just print my output. So in this 5 step, I think I will be able to solve my question. So let's just go sequentially. Okay, firstly, I'll take my input. Let me just look back. Don't worry, there are some more cases which we'll discuss while solving the question. Okay, so firstly we have this number of rows, this number of columns, and then we have our brides. Okay, so I'll just take my number of rows in M and number of column in N. Okay, and I'll map them into int, and since they are delimited by space, I'll just split them. Okay, done. Now I need to take my brides, so I'll just create a list of list. Okay, so G is a list which will consider more list. Right, confusing, right? Sorry. For G in range of M. Now basically in this question, what is the value of M? It will be 2. So I'll take input 2 times, and each time I'll take this list as an input. Okay, and I'll append this list, this complete list. Firstly I'll take this list, and then I'll append this list in my G, and after that I'll take this list, and then I'll append this list in my G again. So I'll have a list of lists, right? So I'll just create a temp list, and I'll again map them. I'll take input and sorry, split them, done. And after that I'll just append this temp sorry huh this temp in my G. Okay, so I think I'm done with my inputs. Now let's start to our calculating qualities. Okay, so how do we calculate qualities? We'll just count how many neighbors that girl has who are non-zero. Okay, so what are the total number of neighbors she has, right? So just assume that no, not this one, let's take this one. So just assume that this is x and y coordinate, or I or j, your choice. Okay, so this is I or j coordinates. What are all of its neighbor coordinates? This is I minus 1, j minus 1. This is I minus 1 and j. This is I minus 1, j plus 1, right? And this is what I j minus 1. I j will be ignored, and this is I j plus 1, and this will be what I plus 1 j minus 1, and this will be I plus 1 j, and this will be I plus 1 j plus 1. So these are her 8 coordinates, and we'll only check these values. Okay, but while checking we need to be careful of a few things. I can't just blindly check all of these 8 values. Why? Because like just take example of this test case. Okay, if this is the bride, right, I can't check for her I minus 1 j minus 1. Why? Because her index will be what, 0 3. The index of this girl will be 0 and 3, right? So if I go to check I minus 1 and j minus 1, I minus 1 and j minus 1. Okay, if I went to check I minus 1 and j minus 1, then it will give me a bound error. Why? Because the coordinates start from 0, and you can't go to a negative coordinate, right? So we just need to check boundary conditions also. So be careful while calculating qualities of that matter. Okay, so as I said before, I just mark that groom house as 0, because I know what the coordinates of that groom's house are. And otherwise if I just keep it as 1, it will confuse me. So I am just trying to minimize my confusion. So now I'll just iterate through that particular graph. And how do I do that? For I in range of M, and for j in range of N. M means row, N means column. Get it? So initially I'm actually going to each bright spot one by one, and I'm calculating my qualities. Okay, so initially the qualities will be 0, and after that sorry, I'll check if my sorry after that I'll just check if my I is not equal to 0. Basically I'm avoiding the groom's house. Okay, so or my j is not equal to 0. Actually no, it should be and, right? If my I is not equal to 0 and or okay, yeah, so yeah, if I is not equal to 0 or j is not equal to 0, because if both of them are 0, then I won't go inside, and if both of them are 0, then it's only there's only one possibility that this is the groom's house. Okay, so I'm just avoiding it. Actually, I don't even need to do that. No, I need to do that because I don't want to calculate the the qualities of a groom's house. Okay, so now let's move on. Basically, I'm just what I'm doing here is I am avoiding groom's house. This condition will only do this purpose, only serves this purpose. It avoids groom's house. Okay, so after that, I'll calculate my qualities, and for that I'll make a function, because let's just try to keep our code modular. Calc qualities, and I'll pass the coordinates. Okay, so my coordinates will be I and j. Okay, so once I'm done calculating, don't worry, we'll create the function calc qualities. Relax. So okay, so if once I'm done just calculate my qualities, after that what I'll do, if my qualities are not zero, okay, if this particular bright's qualities are not zero, then I'll make an index. Actually, I'll make a dictionary named as bride. I'll make this in the dictionary named as bride, and in this dictionary I'll just I'll use the coordinates as key, and their value will be the qualities. Okay, so basically these keys are the coordinates of that bride house, and the value is their qualities. Every time you just put the coordinates of a girl house, and boom, you'll have the qualities. By the way, why I'm putting I plus 1 and j plus 1, because their indexing starts from 1 and our indexing starts from 0. Okay, so I think we are done with the calculating qualities part. Now I just need to make the function, and this function creation is the most important part, but don't worry, it's really easy. So I'll now just make my function, and here I'll take two values. I'll just name them x and y, because there I've named them I and j. Okay, so first condition check, if g of x and g of y is equal to 0, which means that girl is not eligible for marriage. Okay, she is under 18, let's just say. So I'll just return 0. Okay, otherwise I'll return what? I'll return this. I'll check all the coordinates whether they are greater than 0 or not. All right, so basically what I'm doing is, I know all the 8 neighbors that a girl can possess, right? If I know that the girl's coordinate is x and y, then I know what will be the coordinates of her 8 neighbors are. Okay, but I need to check whether those 8 coordinates are eligible or not, right? Because here, if the coordinates are x and y, then I can't check, I can't just simply, what I can just simply, get the value from x minus 1, y minus 1. Why? Because that will give me a bound error. So I'll just check all the neighbors and I'll add their value. Okay, so what are all the possible neighbors? Firstly, x minus 1 y. After that, x plus 1 y. These are all her neighbors. Only 8 neighbors are possible, right? Don't forget that. So x minus 1 plus y, and after that, what other? X comma y minus 1, right? And what? X comma y plus 1. Check. I'm just writing all the coordinates of our 8 neighbors are. I can also create a loop, but why go through all that hassle if I can just write these? So I'm done with 4 neighbors. What are the now comes x minus 1. Sorry. The only purpose why I'm doing this check function is to avoid my bound error, because otherwise I may fail. Even if I pass some public cases, I may fail the but private cases. So I just want to avoid that. X minus 1 and y plus 1, and after that check uh, x plus 1 and y minus not 2 1, y minus 1, and the last, sorry, and the last will be x plus 1 and y plus 1. Okay, so you know what I'm doing, I'll just go to all of these coordinates. I'll just check if they are in the bound or not, in if their value is accessible or not. If it's accessible, then I'll just return whatever their value was. If it's 0, then they'll return 0. If it's 1, then return 1. And at the end of the day, if it's 0, then this will be replaced by 0, and this will be replaced by 1, and I'll just return their summation, and their summation is the total number of qualities that are Brighton possess, right? So basically that is what I'm doing. Okay. So I just need to make my small function, that is check, and once I'm done, check x comma y. Okay, I'll again check for these coordinate. Now I'll just check my boundary conditions. Okay, if this or this, if it's x is smaller than 0 or x is greater than, I hope by now you know why I'm checking this condition, right? When can these conditions occur? If I'm at the last line, at the first line, or at the first row or first column, so at that time you need to check this condition. Okay, so just give me a second. Y is less than 0 or y is greater than n minus 1, or there's one more condition, and what is that? If their value is 0. If their value is 0, and just putting that condition here also. Otherwise I can just return g, x and y. Actually I can just return that, but I'm avoiding that. Can I return that g, x and y? If no okay, if these are the conditions, then I'll return 0. Otherwise I'll return what? I'll return whatever the value g, x and y stored, right? Okay. So I have just made my I'll just actually give you another brief what I did. So I am calculating my qualities for each coordinate. Okay, for what, how did I calculate my qualities? I just check whether that girl is marriageable or not. That's what I checked there. And after that I just went to all of its neighbor, and I check if their neighbors are in my are in bound or not. And if they are in bound, I just returned their value, and I just summed all of its neighbor value, and I returned them in my qualities. And I created a dictionary named as bride, and the key for the dictionary is their coordinates, and the qualities are its value. So we are done with the calculating of qualities part. Okay, and trust me, this was the most difficult part. Now let's just find the maximum qualities. Okay, we are now moving on to the easy part, right? So how do we find maximum qualities? I'll just make a function, not a function rather. I'll just create a variable maximum qualities minus 1. Okay, now I'll iterate through all the coordinates in this bright dictionary, and I'll just current qualities. Okay, this is right actually. Current qualities. Okay, so what will be the current quality of this current bride? Oh, sorry. What will be the qualities of this bride at this coordinate? So basically, I'm just getting it in oven time, right? Because this is the benefit of dictionary. So I now I have my current qualities for this particular bride who is at this particular coordinates, right? And now I'll just check if this value is if these are the maximum qualities or not. And after this I'll be able to get the maximum qualities that I have. Okay, so maximum quality is equal to current qualities, right? Okay, after this loop I know that this is the maximum number of qualities that this girl has, right? Now I just try to print maximum qualities. Why? Because we don't want to rush our code. We just want to see if we are currently working or not, because I don't know if it's gonna give me an error or not. So I just put the example 2. It should give me 8 as a return. Okay, so now let's try to execute our code. Okay, fingers crossed. Great, it returns me 8, right? Which means our code is working perfectly. uh, okay, now let's just check for another one. uh, okay, this shall return me 3. Bride will have maximum qualities as 3. So yes, 3. Yes, it works perfectly. We have now successfully calculated our maximum qualities. Okay, now we just need to find the minimum distance. Okay, now we just need to find the minimum distance that the distance closest to the groom's house. Okay, so how do we do that? We'll do the same thing, almost the same thing that we did for this bride part. How we find it the maximum quality? Actually I could have just found it the minimum distance, right? In this iteration also, but I didn't. Why? Because it would have gotten a lot confusing, a hell lot confusing actually, right? So now I'll just iterate from my again through hold my bride, and I'll check if the bride at this coordinate, the number of qualities that she possesses, is these qualities equal to maximum or not. Because right now I don't care for other qualities. Okay, If the maximum number of qualities are 8, I only need to find bride who has qualities equal to 8, right? So that is why I'm checking if this bride has the maximum qualities, only then I'll consider her, otherwise go away. Okay, so after this I'll calculate my current distance. Now this another important part, how to calculate the current distance. Okay, so suppose that this is 0 comma 0, and this girl right here, let's just say that this girl right here, she is at 0 comma 7. Okay, so what is the distance? I won't even look at it, and I'll just say that the distance is 7. Okay, what if the girl was we'll just assume that our origin is 0 0. Okay, and let's just say that our girl was at 4 comma 6, and you ask me how much what is the distance. Okay, and by the way, the we can move left, right, up, down, and diagonal. We can move in these 5 positions. Okay, and you ask me from 0 to 0, and how much distance is 4 to 6, and I'll just look at it and I'll say 6. Okay, now how am I able to just look at the question and I'm telling that the distance is this? Okay, because I am just finding the maximum of both of these coordinates, 4 comma 6. Okay, this is not some kind of mere luck or a coincidence. It will always work. Why? Because one step will be taken from 0 comma 0 to move 1 comma 1, right? I am moving diagonally. After that, second step will be taken from 1 comma 1 to 2 comma 2. After that, third step will be taken from 2 comma 2 to 3 comma 3. After that, fourth step will be taken from 3 comma 3 to 4 comma 4. After that, 4 comma 5, and after that 4 comma 6. So how many steps we took? 1 2 3 4 5 6, right? Exactly. If the coordinates were 4 comma 8, I would have taken 8 steps, right? How are we calculating this? So basically, if the coordinate is 4 comma 8, we can reach till 4 comma 4 diagonally, right? And 4 comma 4 diagonally, and this 4 means that it will take 4 steps, and after that we just need to move the rest of the steps as they are. Okay, one by one. So 4 5 6 7 8. So basically, if you want to find the distance, then you just find the maximum of both of those x or y. Okay, because the coordinate is in the form of x comma y, right? So if you want to find the total number of steps that you will take from reaching from 0 0 to x comma y, just take max. This is very basic, right? So just take max and you will know the number of steps that you will take. I hope you have got it by now. Okay, so how to find the current distance? I just take max of both my x comma y. And how will I access my x comma y in this coordinates? X will be stored at 0 and y will be stored at 1, right? Because I have stored them like this. This is x coordinate and this is y coordinate. X coordinate is stored at 0, y coordinate is stored at 1. Okay, the key itself is a list. So how to access a list? 0 comma 1, as simple as that, right? So now I have my current distance, and I'll check if my, by the way, I haven't created my min distance. I need to find the min distance, right? So my min distance will be since I'm finding minimum value, let it be a very large value. Okay, so now I've calculated a distance, current distance. Okay, and since we are only considering those brides whose qualities are maximum, so there can two possibilities occur, right? There can be two possibilities, that either either this is a shorter distance, or either this is a equal distance, right? And if two brides who have maximum qualities and they are at equal distance, what we are supposed to do, we are just supposed to print that polygamy not allowed. Okay, so I just check both of these conditions one by one. If it's equal distance, how do I check it? If the current distance is equal to my minimum distance, right? If this is the case, then I'll just increment my count by 1. And if it, why I'm incrementing my count by 1? Because later I'll check, later I will check whether, wait a second, okay, sorry. Suppose there are three girls possess 8 qualities, right? So their distance can be like this, 4 comma 4 comma 3. Okay, so initially what will be minimum distance? It will be 4. Okay, after that what will be minimum distance? 4. But we will match this condition, right? If firstly minimum distance will become 4, and after that our current distance will become 4 again, because we are at the second pride house, and we'll increment their count by 1. Why I'm incrementing my count, why I'm not simply printing that polygon not allowed, because there may be some another bride again who has a shorter distance. That is why I'm just incrementing my count, and this count indicates that this count indicates how many brides have current distance. Okay, because minimum distance might change. Suppose in future we encounter a shorter distance, which will we encounter here. So that is why I'm creating my count. But if in when I am here, initially my 4 will be what? Sorry, initially my minimum distance will be 4, right? After that I'll iterate. This will become my current distance, and this current distance is equal to minimum distance. So I increment my count. My count will become what? My count will become 2. Okay, this count was supposed to be 0. Okay, so not 0. Okay, 0. Yeah, 0. It should be supposed to 0. Okay, so my count when we reach here, my count will become what? It will become 2. Okay, so what if this third bride wouldn't have existed? Then we would have printed polygon not allowed. But we need to check further, and further we see that, wow, again a girl exists, again a bride exists who has a shorter distance. So we'll just initialize our count back to 1, right? So suppose we encounter a shorter distance, then what we do, I'll just write this else if condition, and I'll just check if my current distance is smaller than the minimum distance that we had. Then I'll my count will become 1, and my minimum distance will become current distance, and I'll just store the x and y coordinates, right? My x will become coordinates of 0, my y will become coordinates of 1. This line will change every time we encounter a more shorter distance. So okay, let's do a dry run. Suppose these are our 3 girls, 4 4 3. So initially min distance was minus this great value. Okay, so we iterate, we come, max quality is equal to bright, that is why we are able to enter. Okay, so our current distance will become what? It will become 4. If current distance equal to minimum distance, no, it won't be, because minimum distance is a very large value right now. Okay, so and our current distance is what? It is 4. Okay, so is 4 equal to this value 9999? No, it is not. So we'll come here. Current distance is smaller than minimum distance. Yes, it is. Why? Because 4 is smaller than this value. So our count will become 1 now. Our minimum distance will become what? Our minimum distance will become 4. Our x coordinate will become something x1, and our this will become something y1. Okay, it doesn't matter right now. So we'll iterate again. Okay, we'll come again in this condition, and we'll get that our current distance again is 4. Okay, is our current distance equal to minimum distance? Yes. Why? Because our minimum distance right now is 4, and we'll come in this, my count will increment, it will become 2. My count will become what? It will become 2. Okay, and after that I'll come again. Okay, now I have a new value. I have 3. Okay, so now my current distance is 3. I'll check, is my current distance equal to minimum distance? No, my minimum distance right now is what? It was 4, right? So 3 is not equal to 4. So we won't be able to go inside this condition. We'll go in this else if condition, right? Because 3 is less than 4. So we'll go inside this condition, and our count will again become 1, which means that only one girl has this distance. Okay, so now our minimum distance will become 3. Our x coordinate will change, it will become x2. Our y coordinate will again change, it will become something y2. And now we have the minimum distance, and we have the minimum what? Minimum something. But suppose there was another girl with maximum qualities with a minimum distance of 3, then we'll come here, and our count will increment, which was which became 1 here, it will again become 2. Okay, so for that, while printing our output, we'll just check one condition. If if our count is equal to 1, which means only one girl is there whose house is at the minimum distance with the maximum number of qualities, then we'll print our answer. Otherwise, we'll print that what? We'll print po po sorry, polygamy, not polygame, not polygamy. I don't know what that means actually. Sorry, polygamy not allowed. Okay, great. Now how are we supposed to print our answer? Mm, our answer, it should be in what format actually? Okay, so x coordinate colon y coordinate comma colon qualities. Okay, so I just typecast it str strx plus, I'm just formatting it right now, stry plus plus what are maximum qualities, right? So this is our answer, and I sorry, and I think I am forgetting something. Yeah, there was a condition, right? If no girl is has maximum qualities, then we were supposed to print that this what marriage not won't happen. What was the line? uh, no suitable girl found. Okay, so how do we do that? Very simple. Wait a second, wait a second, wait a second, right here. So if my max qualities equals to 0, which means no single girl possesses any quality. Okay, if qualities is not equal to 0, we don't even to check that. Okay, if my max quality is equal to -1, right, we won't be even able to go inside. I don't think that I even need to do that. I'll just actually use a flag counter, right? I'll just use a flag counter. This flag will tell me that yes, there is a girl present who who has something. Initially my flag will be true, which means that currently there is no girl with any qualities. But if we ever reach at this place, which means we have someone with qualities not equal to 0, which means that a girl has qualities. So we'll just make our flag false, and after after we are done calculating a qualities, I'll just put this condition. If my flag is equal to what, if it's equal to uh sorry, if my flag is true, then I'll just print this. Right, this was the only condition. So I'll just print what, where are you, where the hell did you go? No suitable girl found. I'm just printing that. No suitable girl found. Okay, I'll do that. And if that is not the case, then I'll if this is if there is if there are girls present with some qualities, then I'll just make an else condition. And okay, and this is my complete code, right? So now let's try to execute it, and I hope it works. Fingers tightly crossed. Okay, so I'll just use this example too. Let's run our code. No error. strx plus stry plus max qualities. Sorry, I forgot to typecast this max quality also. I just got too excited. While typecasting you need to type while converting you need to convert all the int values into string. 448, and that is perfectly our answer. What about the other one? Yes, you what is your value? Let's just check. 173 should be our answer. Let's check it again. 173, perfect. Well, so this was a solution of right hunting, and I really don't think that after solving this question you'll ever have any difficulty in solving a 2D matrix related question, a graph related question, or where a lot of coordinates are involved, because now you know a heck lot of things, right? You know how to calculate distance, you know how to use your neighbor, how to check a bound. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, then please like, share, comment, subscribe, do everything that you can, and thank you for watching this.